Oh, welcome back, students. Come on in. Welcome back to another book spin. I'm so happy to have you with us. Our second book spin for 2021. And we have a great show. The puppets are going to be here. We're going to have Celia and Gertie and maybe the chicken. Usually by now they've popped up. Well, that's strange. But you know what? Last week we used a little movie magic, and I'm feeling like I could use a little movie magic right now. So let's try it. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we're going to try and bring the chicken. Remember that chicken from our past shows, the chicken? So I'll snap my fingers, and the chicken's going to appear right here with a little movie magic. Are you ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and there's our Rosie. That's not Rosie. That's our craft for today. We're not, excuse me, we're not gonna see you until like halfway through the show. So let's do a little more magic, and can I try and I gotta really concentrate and try and get Rosie. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rosie, there you are. I was hoping it was gonna be you and not another craft, but let's come in for the big hug. Come on in, Rosie. Oh, I love you, Rosie. Oh, she's so soft. No, nice feathers. Thank you, Rosie. Well, we better get going. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to read a book called Winnie the Witch. We're going to do a chicken or duck craft today. And then we're going to look at those mischievous goats that we have. That'll be quite funny. All right, so let's get started with Winnie the Witch. Winnie in Winter by Valerie Thomas and Corky Paul. Winnie the Witch looked out of her window and shivered. Her garden was covered in snow. Her pond was covered in ice. Icicles hung from rooftops. "I'm tired of winter," said Winnie. Wilbur came in through the cat flap. His feet were wet and his whiskers were frozen. Wilbur was tired of winter too. Suddenly, Winnie had an idea. She stopped what she was doing, took down her big book of spells, and read it carefully. Then she put on her woolly coat, her fluffy hat, her snow boots, her gloves, and her scarf. She picked up her wand and she went outside. Wilbur already had his fur coat on, so he went outside too. He thought something exciting might happen, and he wanted to watch. Winnie shut her eyes. Then she stood on tiptoe, counted to 10, waved her wand 5 times, and shouted, "Abracadabra!" And something magical happened. Above Winnie's house, the sun shone brightly. The sky was deep blue. All the snow had disappeared. It was no longer winter at Winnie's house. It was sunny summer. Winnie took off her woolly coat, her fluffy hat, her snow boots, her gloves, and her scarf. She got her deck chair and went out in the garden to sit in the sun. "This is lovely," said Winnie. "Summer is so much nicer." Wilbur lay down in the sun and purred. "This is lovely," he thought. "Summer is much nicer than winter." All over the garden, little animals were waking up. They had been having their winter sleep, and they were very cross. They came out into the garden, yawned sleepily. "It's too early for summer," they grumbled. "We want to go back to sleep." The flowers had been asleep under the snow. They woke up and began to grow. Up came the leaves and then the flowers. But the sun was too hot for them. Their heads began to droop. All the lovely flowers were dying. Winnie was worried. The animals and the flowers didn't like her lovely summer. Then she heard a very strange noise. Winnie turned around, and there behind her was a great crowd of people. They were running along the road towards her house. They crowded into her garden. They took off their coats, their hats, their boots, their gloves, and their scarves. They sat in the sunshine. They walked on Winnie's flowers. They put orange peel on Winnie's grass. They paddled in Winnie's pond. Soon there was no room for Winnie and Wilbur in the garden. They went inside and looked out the window. The noise was horrible. The mess was horrible. Winnie's lovely summer was horrible. Then Winnie heard another strange noise, a tinkling noise. Somebody was selling ice creams in her garden. Winnie was furious. She grabbed her wand. She rushed outside. She stamped her foot, shut her eyes, counted to 10, waved her wand 5 times, and shouted, "Abracadabra!" The sun disappeared, the blue sky disappeared, and the snow began to fall. The people put on their coats, their hats, their boots, their gloves, and their scarves, and rushed home. The animals went back to bed to finish their winter sleep. The flowers went back under the ground to wait for spring. Winnie and Wilbur went back inside. Winnie made a cup of hot chocolate and toasted a muffin. Wilbur had a saucer of warm milk. Then Winnie snuggled into bed. Wilbur curled up at the foot of the bed and purred. "This is warm and cozy," said Winnie. "Winter is lovely too." The end. Hello, friends. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the story of Winnie the Witch. What a great story. And we have with us back today is Mrs. McGee.
Hello, friends.
And you're going to show us how to build a type of Rosie?
A Rosie the Chicken craft.
Yay!
Yay! There she is with her feathers and her feet. And we are ready to begin. Now, for this craft, you are going to need a paper plate, scissors, crayons. We can share a piece of paper, markers, and glue sticks.
Okay.
It's a pretty, great craft. All right, first thing you're gonna do with your paper plate is you're gonna fold it in on the sides. What I wanna recommend though is you wanna fold it so it comes to a point at the top, like that. See, like that? And then you're gonna make it nice and crisp on one side. Then fold the wing in on the other side. You can make that nice and crisp. Here are her flappy wings. You're gonna bend her head down and her little beak is gonna come right between those two wings, like that.
Yeah.
You see that? And then you wanna make that fold nice and crisp along the top. And then we have the body of our chicken. Let me see, oh, look at and they're different shapes.
I love that.
Now we need to decorate.
Okay.
Okay? Each chicken is going to need 2 legs.
Okay.
For a trick here, I'm gonna take my piece of paper, I'm gonna fold it in half because our chickens have symmetrical legs. That means they have 2 legs that are the same on both sides. That's a fun trick. You fold the piece of paper in half. And now I can take that piece there. Here, you can have these scissors.
Great, thank you.
Now I have a piece of paper folded in half. When I'm gonna cut the chicken's legs, all I have to do is cut out 1 leg and I'll have 2.
Perfect.
So our chickens have nice long legs. So they're gonna go down the paper and then at the bottom they're gonna flare out like that. I don't want too skinny of a leg. I want my chickens to be able to walk around. And there we go. And then I'm gonna make the other side a nice big flare out. And look at that. I have a chicken leg, almost. Chickens have pretty distinctive, like a duck would have, their toes are webbed, so there's some skin that goes here and here and here. And that's how come ducks have wobbling feet and webbed toes. Chickens have toes that are separate, like our toes. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip my leg upside down, from that corner, I'm gonna cut one toe, and then I'm gonna give her, oops, see this? And you can kind of, using the top points, give yourself, it's almost like an M for your chicken toes. You did it!
Yeah.
And it is like an M.
It is.
And since we wanted 2 legs, look, you open it up, boom! Or as I say, booyah. And you have 2 legs. Cut those legs right down the middle. Whoop. 2 legs.
Great.
Nice for your chicken.
Okay.
Let's glue those chicken legs on. So flip your chicken over. So beak down on the desk. Take your glue stick, sir.
Thank you very much.
I will take my glue stick. I'm going to glue the straight top part of my leg here. Good job. And then on the bottom of my chicken, on where her bottom would be, I'm going to put those legs. Bonk. And I like to put them right up to that edge of the plate where the curve is. And you got chicken legs.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that.
That's great.
And every chicken has to have a mouth so it can talk to the other chickens.
Absolutely.
So with that last piece of paper, so I'm gonna give my chicken a nice big nose. So I'm gonna make a nice big triangle down from each of those top corners. Boop. And I've made a triangle. Then all I have to do is that triangle top of your chicken, where her head is, we're gonna glue that right to her head like that.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this. This is a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so
It's a very
glad.
fun craft.
And you know, chickens can be all sorts of colors. You don't have to use yellow beaks. So now, these chickens need eyeballs. Okay?
Absolutely.
So, you ready?
Mrs. McGee, you said that there can be different colored chickens. They have different color eggs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some chickens lay white eggs.
White eggs.
Some chickens lay brown eggs. And some chickens are called Easter eggers. And they lay blue eggs and green eggs.
wow.
Yeah. I really like chickens. They're very cool.
They are very cool.
But all these chickens that we have on our farm have eyeballs. So I think our Rosie craft needs eyes. Okay.
Yes, I agree.
So you have a marker. I have a marker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna face my chicken towards me so I can see her pretty little face. I'm gonna give her nice big eyes. And there's her pupil. And I'm gonna give her eyelashes because, you know, that's nice. And I'm gonna give her little notches on her nose. And while I have my marker out, I'm gonna decorate her feet too.
Okay.
Oh, I like your chicken.
Ooh.
And so I'm gonna draw her legs, give her some decorations, and each toe on a chicken has a little fingernail. And for that extra bit of fun, I'm gonna bend her feet up.
Ooh.
Just bend her at the ankles.
Okay.
Doop. Now my chicken can walk.
Wow, look at that.
Is that fun?
Yes.
But we're
love
not
'em.
done yet because now comes the artistic part. You
Okay.
can decorate your chicken any way you want. I happen to have these brown colors because I was using them to go with my rosy colored chicken. But like I said, chickens come in all different colors. So on my chicken, I'm gonna give her some wings because I like bold colors. And here I'm drawing some on her wings. And then chickens have very fluffy bottoms. So I thought it'd be fun to give her some fluff around her legs. So, oh my goodness, friends, I could keep coloring with you for days, but I know we have to get going. But here is my chicken.
Yeah. This is wonderful. Thank you so much, Mrs. McGee.
You're very welcome, Mr. McGee.
I think it's time we head out to the farm because we have some mischievous goats out there
Uh-oh.
that we need to catch up with. So let's go out to the farm and see what those goats are up to.
Oh.
Get down out of there. Hey, come on. You are not supposed to be in there. And that's all from the farm for today. Now back to you, Mr. McGee.
Oh, so how about those mischievous goats? Aren't they just so silly? I'm so glad you guys were able to join us today. We got to make our chicken craft. Look at that. This was the one Mrs. McGee made. We got to read that great story, Winnie the Witch, and we got to see those goats. And I can't wait to see you next week when we do another fun winter special. Take care.